So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello there, TJ. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to stream number 2 in within the hour, I suppose. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing well today, TJ. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay. So I'm gonna put this one up here. I'm gonna hide that today. Let's see if that works. I'm having a little bit of an issue with one of the overlays in that yeah, I'm having issue with one of the overlays. There we go. Let me just okay, we've got, there we go, that's much better. So today it's going to be, well, I don't know if you caught my last live stream. In the second stream today, we're going to be having a little bit of fun with a GA aircraft that I haven't flown in a while. Okay, so I'm gonna be having a little bit of fun with an aircraft that I haven't flown in a while here. All right. So this is the aircraft that is it's actually a pretty good one. It's a C90 GTX by Beechcraft. Beechcraft C90 GTX. This is a King Air. I think Asobo developed it most likely, or Coronado, and it's available by default in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, depending on which edition of it you have. But it's an aircraft that I really, really like and enjoy flying, but I haven't visited it in a while. So this is going to be my first visit in a while, and I have not practiced it at all. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be fun for you guys, but yeah. So today we're at Lake Tahoe, and TJ says, I love the weather you've chosen. Oh yeah, actually we're live. This is not even artificial weather. We are completely real time and live weather right now. So it seems like it's pretty rainy on the west coast of the United States at the moment. It is pretty rainy here on the west coast of United States. So we are currently in the region of Lake Tahoe, and we've got traffic injection, but for some reason there doesn't seem to be a lot of aircrafts being injected into Lake Tahoe. That's okay. We're all right. But oh, there's something there. Where is Lake Tahoe? That's in the USA. That's in the US of A, and it's on the east side. I can't say east coast. It's a bit more inland, but it is towards the east. Reno is in the same region. Reno is in the same region, just slightly north of Lake Tahoe. You've got Reno. If I've not completely stuffed up my geography, that should be correct. Let's take a look at a map together. As a matter of fact, let me bring up little nav map. This is beautiful Lake Tahoe, by the way. It has a lovely little airport, which is handcrafted here in Microsoft Flight Sim. The last time I checked, it had some issues, but seems like it has sorted itself out here to this time around. Okay, a lovely little airport in Reno. We're going to take a closer look at it. Let me just go ahead and look at little nav map. So I'm going to bring up little nav map now. I think I still have my flight plan from the last live stream. There we go. Okay, so we are on the east side of the United States, a little inland. Okay, outside of, yeah, we're right here, right outside Nevada. We've got Lake Tahoe. Are we outside of Nevada? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, we're technically in California, aren't we? Are we? Yeah, we are. This is California. So Lake Tahoe is right here on the border, pretty much on the border. And then we're going to fly on towards Reno. Now, KRNO is Reno International, or Reno / Tahoe International. But we're going to be flying up towards Reno Steed. Is it Steed or Stead? I don't know how you pronounce that, but we're going to go up here to KRTS instead. Okay, so that's where we're heading. So as you can see, it's pretty close to each other. The entire area is pretty close to each other. You've got Carson City here, you've got Reno up there, and you've got Lake Tahoe right here. South of Lake Tahoe, that is. And Lake Tahoe itself is right here. So the entire region, we're just gonna have a little bit of an exploratory flight right there. EM says hello again. Hello once again, Mr. EM. Welcome to a GA flight here. Second live stream of the day. So yeah, we're just gonna be flying in this particular area, Lake Tahoe, Reno, and stuff like that. So I hope that's clear. TJ, I hope you have a better idea of where we are in the world. Okay, let's take a quick look at the airport. Now, Lake Tahoe, there we go, very nice little airport, isn't it? Got a caravan parked outside it. Look at it. Look at it. We've got, this is the default handcrafted Lake Tahoe, by the way, and it's pretty good. Okay, it is pretty good. For a default handcrafted airport, it's pretty good. These smaller airports that are handcrafted by default usually tend to look pretty good. So you've got your Lake Tahoe main building, and you've got a couple of buildings on this side. You got a couple of parkings there, all of which are really well done. You've got some service vehicles over this side. I have no idea what these are. Oh, that is the bucket there for de-icing, if I'm not completely mistaken. And you've got your tour companies here. This is actually an aviation company, my bad. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, so let's come back down here to our aircraft, which is a C90, and let's take a quick look at it in walk around mode. Okay, so once again, lovely aircraft, very well modeled in terms of 3D texturing and all that good stuff. As you can probably tell, it's very, very nice. So let's take off the engine covers here. Shall we do that? Engine covers, chocks can go off as well. Pitot covers can come off, if I can click it. There we go. And the overall textures are really, really nice. Look at that. It's a very, very lovely aircraft, isn't it? That's a very lovely aircraft indeed. Beautiful stuff. So yeah, I plan to make a flight from Dubai to George Bush Intercontinental Airport. That is a very long flight, man. That is a very long flight. George Bush Intercontinental, all Dubai to George Bush. That is a long flight. That is a long flight. That's a little past New York, little below New York. So that is a long way. That is a long way. All right. So now that we've taken a quick look around it, it is a very beautiful aircraft, isn't it? We're gonna go ahead and jump into our flight deck here. Yes, very powerful aircraft, the King Air, and as you can see, this is one of my favorite cockpits. I know it's not the most luxurious or comfortable aircraft, but I love this cockpit. It's so beautiful. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at the cabin here. Look at that. I love this aircraft. Why don't I fly this more? I need to fly this aircraft more. Can even open up the door here and stuff. It's a beautiful little aircraft. I hope I've got good views on this. 2 is here, 3 is there, 4, 5, 6, 7 is there, 8 is here, 9, 0. Okay. So I don't have a lot of views set up. Let's set up a couple of views here, shall we? Come on. Let us set up a couple of views. Come on. Oh, I see why I couldn't set up views for this aircraft. Cause just won't let me. I cannot go any further than this when it comes to height there. Okay, let me try again. Maybe I can do this. Yeah, there we go. And then I can zoom in. There we go. And that will give us a decent view right there. Over the dashboard. Brilliant. Below is K-Idea Washington Duels, but who's Houston? Oh, Houston, right. I thought you were talking about something else. But Houston is near Caribbean, if I'm right. Houston is near Caribbean. Yes, it is. It's down south compared to George Bush. 15 hours. Good Lord. Good Lord, that is a long flight. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up this view as well. Let's do the same on the other side of the cabin. And there we go. Set that up. Let's set that up. And there we go. There we go. That's good. That's good. So we've got cabin views here as well available. That's really, really good. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. So 2, okay, 3 is here, 2 is here. I want 2 and 7 are the same, aren't they? Yeah, so let's set up something else for number 2 here. View number 2, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna set that as view number 2 for us. Okay, good. Yep, there we go. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Going to set this as view number 6 for us here today. All right. No. Okay, that's great. That's fantastic. Okay, fantastic. View number 5 is going to be this pedestal right here. So I'm just going to set that up here quickly. Then we can get out of here. Okay, so we can get out of here quickly. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What did TJ say? Captain, can this aircraft handle more extreme rain, worse weather? Yes. Yes, it can. I have flown the GTX in much worse conditions than what you're looking at right now, TJ. So you're going to be just fine. All right. With all that said, let's go ahead and see if I still remember how to start up this lovely little aircraft. I don't even know where the heck the batteries are. Let's find out. Oh, there it is. Is that the battery? Yeah, there it is. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and start this aircraft up. On there. Nav lights on. External power, we don't have any, but we're going to turn it on anyway. Avionics master power on. Engine auto ignition armed. Beacon lights on. Tail floodlights on. What else? What else, ladies and gentlemen, do I need to turn on here? And turn that on as well. Okay, good. Let's put...
Pause. System test. Okay.
Let's unfeather our engines here. No, that's just a fuel condition. And I'm going to unfeather the engine, the propeller here, so you can see the propeller. There we go, unfeathering right there. I'll show you that once again with this side. Look at that. There we go. Propeller has unfeathered on both sides. Brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna put fuel mixture up here for both our engines here. Okay, let's have the throttle on idle. And let's begin our engine startup, shall we? Fuel. We need fuel. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on auto. I'm gonna put boost fuel pumps on. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our engine started up. So we'll start with the left one today. There we go. Waiting on the engine. There we go. We've got movement. Ta-da! There we go. Very nice. Good. Okay, let's do the same with the right hand engine. That's right, EM. The sound is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's turn on both our generators there. Okay, we'll get our pitot heats on. External power off. Okay. Okay, let's wait for the alignment. Does Sky Dolly work for takeoffs too? Sky Dolly does work for takeoffs technically, but once after you've taken off, if you go back to replay the takeoff and come back to where your plane was left off, it might mess with the flight. So that is the problem. So you can replay your takeoff after you've finished your entire flight if you record the entire flight using Sky Dolly, if that makes sense. But if you decide just to record the takeoff and play back the takeoff, then continue the flight, that might give you issues. So you need to record right from when you're on the runway all the way till you finish your flight. Before you shut down your engines, you gotta replay, if that makes sense, DJ. So let's go to position initialization. Let's go to... There we go. Let's go to our flight plan here. Origin today is KTVL, which is going to put in a rough flight plan. A rough one, nothing detailed here. I'm going to go to KRNS, which is Reno Stead. Or Steed. Oh, it's not found? KRTS, my bad. That is entirely my bad. KRTS. There we go. That's more like it. We can execute that. Okay, we don't have an alternate or any of that today. Performance initializing cruising altitude for today, I'm just gonna give it a nice 7K. All right, execute all of that. I don't need to worry about any of this. VNAV, none of this really matters right now, so I'm not too bothered with any of this. What is the next? Okay, that's all great and whatever, and go straight to legs here. There's nothing much going on. If we go to flight plan, if you go to legs, you know. So this is pretty much it. Okay. There's nothing else going on here. If we go to our departure and arrival right here, out of KTVL, we can use any of these. It doesn't really matter. Today, we're going to fly more of a VFR flight. Okay. Okay, got it. That's quite inconvenient. Yeah, there's not a good replay tool available in MSFS at all. 7,000 feet. Yeah, EM. Today, we're going to fly low. It's a VFR flight, more or less. I don't even want to use a departure out of here. I really don't. But we can take off today from runway 36. Okay, and we can use Richie 7, whatever that means. We can execute it, doesn't really matter. For arrival into KRTS though, we can use, what can we use? We're gonna use runway 32. So we got ILS 32 here, we're gonna use that. Straight in, execute that. Very simple, right? So if we go to legs now, you can take a look at how simple our flight plan for today is. It's really just it's just ceremonial, more or less, you know. So there you go. There's no VNAV. I don't even think there's any VNAV available. Yeah, there's nothing here, literally. So that's pretty much it. So as you can see, our cruising altitude is actually below some of the altitude restrictions here. So, you know, who cares? Literally, who cares? It doesn't matter. Final descent, we need to be 7,000 feet and then we can go down there. Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. If we come back to the ILS one more time. Approach, star, none, vectors. That's perfect. That is perfect. This is exactly what I want. Good. Good. All right. With all of that set, we're ready to get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Taxi lights on, please. Ice protection for today. I don't think we need ice protection. What is the temperature today? The temperature today is 6 degrees Celsius. Okay, so perhaps we need some ice. I'll put the windshield ice to normal. Okay, fine. What are the icing? Surface de-ice. Let me try once. Okay, pitot heats are up. Auto feather needs to be armed here before takeoff. I do know that. Okay, good. Prop governor is... It's not... Is prop sync available to us? I don't know where prop sync is. I know prop sync is available, but I don't know where it is. Where is it? Where's prop sync? I don't see it. I don't see prop sync anywhere. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. Leave it. Not a problem. Let's set our altitude here on the autopilot. We're going to put it at... for safety's sake, let's go about 8,000 feet. Let's see where we're at right now. Ooh. I mean 7,000 feet above the ground. So we're already at 6,200 feet. So the altitude is quite high here. And... yeah, we can't fly at that altitude, can we? Let me come back to the flight plan here. Come back to the flight plan here. Let's go to performance initialization, cruising altitude. Let's put it at 6 plus 7, about 15,000. Let's do 15. Let us do 15,000. Execute flight plan. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. So let's put that in here as well at 15K. Okay, there we go. Come on. Okay. I hope that's making sense now, EM. That's much better, right? 15,000. Let's pre-arm our nav there. Yeah. I think we're ready to go. I think we are ready to go. So, we need to increase the range on this. I have not used this aircraft in a while, huh? Can clearly tell here. Range? Hello? Okay, this is range apparently. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. we're gonna figure it out as we get into our flight here, so it's not that big of a deal. Our landing is where are we landing into, by the way? Runway 32, right? Yep, runway 32. So okay, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. We'll ignore that. Not a big deal at all. We need to get rid of this SWR. We don't need it. So let's clear and delete SWR. Execute. Let's come back here. There we go. That's a much better looking flight plan, isn't it? There we go. That's much better. That is much better. There we go. Brilliant. That is more like it. Okay, great. With all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to get out of here. Wouldn't you agree, TJ? EM, don't you guys want to get out of here? Okay. Alright, let's release the parking brake and taxi down there. We are good to go. Releasing parking brake. Alright, fantastic. TJ is ready to go. Oh, good lord. That's a slippery aircraft right there. Brilliant. Okay. What a beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this view is a little too zoomed out, isn't it? So I'm just going to give me a second here while I fix this view, because it's a little too zoomed out for my liking. Just zoom in a little bit there. I'm gonna make that our first view there. There we go. Good. Very nice. Well, we could taxi with our fuel condition levers and all that down, but this is not a very accurately modeled aircraft anyway, so I'm not really too bothered about...
System test. Okay.
What is going on right now? Something is wrong. Something is severely wrong with this aircraft at this point. It is going crazy. Did I do something? Oh, good lord. No, I think I messed up. Yeah, I think I messed.
System test.
Yeah, I think I had the external power on. Yeah, we have a little bit of an issue here, but that's okay. I'm just gonna give it a bit of time. Gonna give it a bit of time here. MFD. Flags. Flight plan. Initialization. Okay, I think we're okay. I don't know what's wrong with the aircraft. What do you mean TCAS failed?
System
What?
test. Okay.
We have a bit of a problem. We definitely have a bit of a problem here. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I can't tell. I really can't tell what's going on right now.
TARS system test. Okay.
Have I done something wrong here? What is wrong with this thing? Flaps down. Okay, apparently it's aligning, so I'm gonna let it align. I don't know what happened, but something related to the power settings here was messed up. And for that reason, it has decided to go a little crazy. I'm gonna allow it to align itself. Do not taxi is what it says. So I'm not gonna taxi. Okay, we've got power back here. Okay, I think we're normal now. Releasing parking brake. Okay, I think we're good now. We are good now. That is much better. Yep, we're good now. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, how do I control the range on this one? I've completely forgotten how to fly this aircraft. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, didn't I just change that? Hold on. I genuinely thought I changed the view. I did, didn't I? Okay, Alt 1. I wanted this to be the new one. Okay. Yeah, I think we're okay, but I'm not entirely sure, TJ. Because there seems to be a little bit of an issue at the moment. Yeah, there's something wrong with the view as well. It's not really letting me zoom in, so let's just go to the end of the runway and see what happens. How about if I do this? Maybe it'll let me select this view. Come on. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, it's not letting me set the view properly. Okay, no issues, no worries. No worries. I did change it, right? But it's misbehaving. Anyway. What's this? Oh, good lord. What is this now? What is this warning? This is why it's hard to fly an aircraft that you're not used to. What is the RVS again? I remember this warning. I've just forgot which one it was. Oh god. Let me see. RVS not ready King Air. What does it mean? Okay. What the heck is this? I have no idea why it's giving me that. I literally have no idea why it's giving me that. But yeah, I've got our trim on 0 there. RVS, it's saying not ready, so I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means. I've completely forgotten. Anyway, let's just get ourselves out of here. There's enough waiting. Let's just get ourselves out of here. This flight was not going to be perfect anyway, so let's go. Okay, we've given it power. Wait, hold on. There's no indication of speed. Okay, now there is. It's come to life, kind of. That's so strange. Come on, 80 knots. Okay, we got an issue here. We've definitely got an issue. Okay, we're up. Positive rate, kind of. Get up. Okay. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is out of Lake Tahoe. That's really cool. This is really interesting. I've given it to autopilot at the moment, but where's VS? Come on, we need VS. Oh, this thing, I've forgotten how this aircraft works, good lord. I hope we're not going to slam into the side of a mountain at the moment. Okay, we seem to be doing okay. Cut the propellers back. Oh! Sorry, I'm used to doing that. Okay, we seem to be functioning correctly. Flaps up. Auto feather disarm. What does this mean? Landing taxi light that can go off. We're supposed to put on our strobe lights and stuff. We completely forgot about that, didn't we? Strobe lights on. What is this thing? Nav lights, landing lights. Oh, we're supposed to have. We'll leave these on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to be flying somehow, but yeah, we'll face it as it comes. We really will. Look at that. We've got no visibility on either side. Can't see a damn thing. This is interesting. Okay, we're on our way towards Reno. All we see are a bit of shades and shapes here and there, but nothing definitive. Oh, good Lord. This is terrible condition to be flying near VFR. It's a good thing we had a basic flight plan implemented here today, because otherwise we would have crashed for sure. We would have crashed for sure. So we're lucky that we've got some sort of a flight plan going on and that the autopilot is currently taking care of stuff. What a beautiful aircraft. Check out these views, very nice. I need to fly this thing more often. Okay, so yeah, alright, interesting. I have no idea how to change the range on this. How do I do that? Let's have a quick look. Okay, we seem to be doing alright here. Let's have a quick look. Top or descent? What? We're already at top or descent. Okay, I'm just gonna hold the altitude. Let's hold altitude at the moment. Let me come down here. How do I control the range on this? Completely forgotten this thing. I have completely forgotten this thing. Is it this? I think it's this, right? No, it's not. It is not. None of these really work. Good Lord. Okay, whatever. Whatever. C130 from Paris all the way to Miami, the sound of Yeah, I love the turboprop. I love turboprops. Okay, we seem to be doing alright in this particular aircraft, although if you ask me, we have yaw damper on. Is yaw damper on or off? There's no way to tell. What the heck? Oh, would you look at that? We've got a little bit of scene there bursting out of the clouds. We are flying dangerously close to the ground. We really are, aren't we? We're flying so dangerously close to the ground. That is fun. Okay, that is really fun. Oh, goodness me, that is fun. Look at that. This view doesn't do much in this aircraft, however, this view is good. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. There's a scene that I love. Let me just quickly look up. Temporarily archived in the hangar of your brain. Alright, TJ. TJ is coming up with lines at this point. Our frequency into Reno is 111.90. Course at 3321. Okay, so let's make sure I have that tuned into our nav radio here really quickly, and then we can take a look at the scenes that unfold. Where is the nav radio now? Good Lord, how do I access the nav radio? Where is the nav radio? Nav radio? I do not see you. Tune? Yes. Nav is 111.90. that has already been tuned, and that is the correct nav mode for the ILS. Brilliant. So we've got... I hate this autopilot because I can never tell where what is. Where is the localizer button? There's no localizer button? It's just approach. Okay, fine. That's fine. So we'll go into approach mode shortly here. If we can take a look at our legs. Ooh. 7,000, 8,200. Ooh, okay. What is the altitude at Reno? 5,000 feet at Reno. So we need to go down towards 7,000 feet. So let's do that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down to 7,000 feet immediately. Let's go VS. Let's go down. Okay, let's go down there, and I'm going to turn on approach mode. Yep, so we have localizer and glide slope on standby there. In the meantime, look at that view. This weather makes it so beautiful. Yes, it does. It really does, right? Look at it. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If you want to have a cinematic gander at it. Oh, let me hide off elevatics for this flight. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful stuff. Let me get Sky Dolly running here quickly so we can get a landing replay. Let's take a look at this view. Beautiful. Should be able to see. That's Reno right there, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's right there. That's Reno. The thing ahead of us is Reno. Is that Reno? No, that's not Reno. Where is it? I have no idea. We need to descend a little quicker now. Okay, we're alright. We're alright now. We can hold our altitude for the time being till we hit the glide slope into Reno. We've got localizer on here. That's fantastic. Localizer is working as it should. Glide slope is up here according to this thing. Okay. Why is it displaying? How do I display back the nav? It's a little bit confusing, isn't it? We're still waiting on glide slope here. Come on. Come on, Mr. Glide Slope. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Just check that out. Come on, look at that. Really, really lovely. Oh, we can see Reno ahead of us, as a matter of fact. We don't even need the ILS today, but we're gonna just use it. Then we're gonna fly around a little bit more. Have a little bit of fun, you know. Beautiful. Look at that. This is just absolutely stunning. I love the way how it looks with the reshade as well. It's really cool, isn't it? Let's jump back into the flight here. Okay, glide slope. Come on. Glide slope has been caught. Very good. Let's power our aircraft down. Prepare it for landing. Ladies and gentlemen, coming into Reno to land. Okay. Dropping that. Putting our propeller to max RPM. Okay. Drop flaps. What is your favorite part of flying? Takeoff, cruise, or landing? That is a question that you don't need to ask anybody who's into flight simming. TJ, that answer is almost always landing. As a matter of fact, we fly so that we can land. Right? We fly so that we can land. Okay, let's put our gear down. There we go. Look at that. Looking gorgeous. Beautiful. Let's jump back in the cockpit there. Okay, bit of wind here. We've got a bit of wind here. Why landing? Because that's what it's all about. Nailing the landing, flaps down, is what proves you as a pilot. Nailing the landing is what proves you as a pilot. We leave the taxi lights on, recognition lights on as well. Yeah, so nailing auto feather is armed. Yeah, so yeah, TJ. Pretty much it's nailing the landing that gives you the most satisfaction, pretty much. So yeah. Late to the stream, but very glad to be here. Laser, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. We're about to land King Air into Reno. So we just took off from Lake Tahoe. Very short flight here. We need to take manual control of this. Okay, my aircraft. I'm going to ignore the glide slope completely. I don't want what happened in the last stream to happen again. Even in other aircrafts, in any aircraft, TJ, it's always landing. Okay, we've got a very, very bad condition with turbulence at the moment. I don't know if you guys can tell. Okay, let me just focus on the landing. Let's see if I can make it. It's a rough one, this one. It's a very rough one.
200.
Okay.
100.
Whoa, floaty there. Bit of wind. Okay. Ooh, we don't have any control. The wind is very bad. The wind is very, very bad. Is my control stuck? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, okay. Look at that. I'm giving it full right rudder and we've got no control. What the heck? That's crazy. What is going on here? Is there that much wind? Okay. Nonetheless, we didn't even need to use our reverse there. That's right, Ryanair butter landing is what I would call that. But anyway, considering the wind, I am not unhappy with that landing at all. Let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay before we take off from Reno once again. What a beautiful landscape ahead of us. What a beautiful landscape ahead of us. We're gonna check it out in just a bit. Let's just check out the landing replay and then we'll take off once again from here. The wind is mad right now. I don't know what is going on with the weather on the east side, but it's mad. Okay. Have a look. It's 28 knots. 30 knots. Literally 90 degree, 30 knots crosswind. Okay. So if you guys want to see that, look at this. Look at little nav map. Look at the wind. It's literally 30 knots. Almost 90 degrees coming in. Okay. So the fact that we managed to land that is a surprise. I had no idea it was that bad. No wonder we are having such a rough time. 33 knots. Look at that. You're seeing that right now, right? 33 knots. That is crazy. But anyway, that was really fun. Let's go check out the landing replay for that, shall we? Let's check out what we did in that landing. Let's clean this up. Let's go to Sky Dolly. I hope it works. Come on, Sky Dolly, work? Yes, it has worked. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay. Yeah, pretty much I had to use everything to keep this thing on the ground. I don't think you're supposed to fly around with such a crosswind with a King Air, that's for sure. Okay, so when did we touch down? We touched down right here. We're gonna rewind it a little bit till here, perhaps. Yeah, we'll have a look at it. Let's see how that landing went. It's the opposite direction to where I've stopped. Anyway, let's check out the landing replay. Look at it.
400.
Oh, thank you very much, TJ. Let's check out the landing replay. See just how good or bad that was.
200.
Yeah, we are crabbing badly. And we were floating all over. The ground effect was crazy. Let's see. God, struggling to put that down. There we go. There we go. And then, yeah, nearly ran off the runway there, but we managed to land it. Great. Let's take a few more look at the replays before we take off from here, right? Let's have a bit more fun. Let's see what the passenger... Put it here. Let's see... Okay, let's see from this view, or rather, this view. Okay, let's try this view. So this is how we're approaching the runway at the moment. Literally crabbing it.
300.
Okay.
200. 100.
Okay. And then we kept getting pushed off to the left. So, yeah. That is the view I would have right before panicking. Yeah, I've used this stuff. Doing this in real life must be absolutely crazy. I'm a little bit bonkers, so I'd actually like this stuff. I think I'm one of the few people who actually enjoy turbulent flights. But yeah, even in real life, by the way. Let's go check out another replay for that. Let's put it right here. Let's check out what the passenger saw. Let's see how bad of a nightmare it really was for the passenger with this view or this view. Let's try this one. Okay, so here it is. I'm a passenger on this lovely aircraft. Let's see what I felt.
300. 200. 100.
Yeah, by now you know something is not right. Okay. All things considered, it's as comfortable as you could have probably made that landing. Yeah, I guess so. Well, thank you very much, TJ. Thank you very much. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's try one more landing replay, and this one for dramatic effect. Let me see if it actually works, right? I'm gonna go to our drone camera. I'm gonna try and give it a little bit of a dramatic effect. Wait, hold on. Yeah, and let me try and give it a bit of a dramatic effect here. I don't know if it will work entirely, but let's see. Let's see if it'll work. Come on, Mr. Drone. Let's go a little faster. There we go. That's more like it. I know you landed somewhere here. So we're gonna put you down somewhere here, okay? Put it there. Put the camera down here. There we go. We're gonna put that there. I'll be in the luggage bin. Yeah, you probably would. That's funny. Okay. Drone follow mode off, lock mode on, but we need that set. Will this work? I don't know. Every time I try to do this, it doesn't really work, so I'm not so sure if it'll work now, but let's see. Will it work? No, it doesn't.
300.
Oh gosh.
200.
I don't know why. I forgot how to do this. We'll just have to watch it manually here. Okay, there we go. Coming in. Look at that. Look at that angle as we come in. That's crazy. We nearly ran off the runway there. We managed to stop. So yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try that one more time just so we can see the angle there. Unfortunately, there is a way to do this. I've forgotten how to do this correctly, man. It's crazy how I've forgotten this. I don't know how do you do it again? Auto?
200. 100.
There we go. I think I've gotten it. No, it's not it. It's not it. Okay, ignore that. I'm just gonna play it manually. I'll figure this out some other time. Let's just have a look at the landing replay one more time. Look at that. Look at the way we're crabbing in. That is a terrifying angle. That's us coming into land, by the way. And finally we got touchdown. Look at that. That's crazy. That is bananas. Nonetheless, that was really fun. That was really fun. Let's in real life that would shear the struts on the mains. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. The actual touchdown was really, really smooth considering the condition. So I don't think it'll actually tear off anything. I don't think so. I don't think it would be that bad. Although it would probably damage the landing gear considering the extreme angle. So that would probably damage the landing gear, but I think we'll be okay. We'll survive. Let's leave it there. I think it's survivable for sure. Okay. Great. Let's now turn this bird around. Let's just fast forward there. We'll turn this bird around and we will take it back. We will take it back to where we came from. How about that? What's wrong with the generator? Oh, that got turned off during the landing replay. So lots of things can get turned off during the landing replay, by the way. Let me just make sure we have enough fuel for our return trip, which we should, right? So fuel is plenty there. That's good enough. We can leave the boost pump off for now. Landing lights on, taxi lights, we don't need those. Everything else is good. Anti-ice stuff is there. That's good. That's good. Okay, we're pretty much good for the return trip. So well, they would definitely squeak. Yeah, that's for sure. That was a very, very interesting landing. Okay, let's go back to our flight plan here. And let's fly back to KTVL, which is Lake Tahoe, where we took off from. And let's see if we can make a landing into Lake Tahoe, right? So let's take a look at our little nav map once again. So we're going to fly back to KTVL right here, okay? Oh, ignore that. So we need to know where the ILS is. That's into runway 18. Okay. What is the frequency for it? Frequency for it is ITVL 108.90 at 175. Great. So we've got that information ready. Let's go ahead and try and tune this in. So KTVL, KRTS. Let's do it the other way around. KRTS. Oh, good lord. KRTS. We're going to put that here. I'm going to put KTVL up here. So I'll get rid of everything else in our flight plan pretty much. I'm going to execute that. Good. Okay, that is fantastic. Departure, arrival. Let's see what we can do here. Out of Reno here, we're going to use runway. Where are we at? Runway 14. Okay, we can use stead 1. That's fine. Execute that. Let's go back to our arrival into KTVL. We're going to land into runway 18 using the ILS. We got LDA and RNAV, and we're going to use the LDA. Okay, there is a glide slope available for some reason. I don't know. No, there's no glide slope available. My bad. So it's just a pure LDA approach. Now, an LDA approach is not going to take us to the foot of the runway. It's just going to take us in the vicinity of it, which is good enough for us for today. So we're going to use the LDA vectors into it, and we're going to execute that. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's all we need to do. We're going to get rid of any discontinuities there. We don't need to worry about it too much. Yes, sir. There we go. That's brilliant. Okay, so that pretty much finishes everything. Cruising altitude for today, once again, will go to 8,000 feet. That's really low, though. You know what? Let me do 9K. We'll do 9,000 feet for that. We'll execute it. I'm not going to bother about VNAV or any of that. So I don't really care about any of this. None of this matters. Let's go back to leg, and we're pretty much ready to get on out of here. So if we go to our tuning, our nav is supposed to be at 108.90. So let's tune that in. 108.90. Okay, we're going to put that in nav 1. 108.90. That's perfect. Correct. There we go. So that's pretty much all we need to do. And we are ready to take off from here. Let's put our flaps to approach. And I think we're ready to get out of here. Brilliant. Takeoff time, ladies and gentlemen. Takeoff time. Let's put away our little nav map there. Oh, it looks like the weather has cleared a little bit. Okay. Alright, we seem okay. Okay, engine seem okay. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Once again, the wind is going to be a problem, but let's try our best. Yes, it is. The wind is seriously a problem. Oh, Lord. The wind is a problem. I'm struggling to keep it. Struggling to keep it. Oh, this is going to be rough. Oh. We can't take off. We can barely take off. Come on. Stay on the runway. Okay. Let's pull up. And there we go. Okay. There we go. And we are out. We are out of here. Gear up. Flaps up. I'm gonna put it on autopilot for this. Let's put it on autopilot. If it will let me, autopilot has been set. We need to select nav there. Okay, VS, and let's go up. That is good. Not VOR, I want the nav. Oh, good lord. How do I change this from this again? I've completely forgotten this. There should be a way of changing this. No idea how to change it.
500.
Let's go up to 9,000 on the altitude there. I can't believe I've forgotten this. It's so stupid that I've completely forgotten how to do this. Come on. There we go. What the? What is going on here? Huh? I'm a little bit confused. Ah, there we go. Now why aren't we following the nav? That's better. There we go. Now I remember this thing. Kind of. Not exactly. But if we decrease the range here, that should take us directly back into Lake Tahoe without any issues. Okay, good. Good. Auto feather can come off. Need to bring our propeller down. RPMs. We should have done that a little earlier. Would have cooked the engines by now. Okay. Good. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. At least we get to see some views on this leg here because the weather has somewhat cleared. Let's check out how we do when we try and land into Lake Tahoe. So that's going to be our final leg for today, pretty much, right? Gonna land this thing into Lake Tahoe. What is that airport underneath us? That must be Reno. Must be the major airport, perhaps. Let's have a look. Yep, that is Reno Tahoe International Airport. That is the thing that we're going to be flying right under. So let's take a look at that. That looks like a very good runway, though. Very cool. I want the scenery for this airport. It already looks like a really well done airport. I want the scenery for it. Very nice. It's not even a star airport. It's not even handcrafted. Cool. Okay. Very, very nice. Some of the buildings here somewhat modeled. Not exactly, but still pretty decent. So that's where we took off from. You can see that in the distance. This aircraft is blistering quick. Okay. I believe the elevation is 6,000 feet, 6,000 something at Lake Tahoe. So we need to keep that in mind as we come in to fly into it. Man, this is beautiful. Let's take a look. There's the lake right there. How beautiful is that? How are the bugs in general for MSFS 2024? It has gotten much better since last year. It's been a year since the release, pretty much. And, well, almost a year, not exactly, but almost a year. And it's gotten much better. However, there's still some very annoying things with the texture loading that's going on. At least for me, there seems to be some fixes which I'm yet to look at. But nothing permanent as far as I know. You know, in terms of a fix, nothing permanent, unfortunately. So yeah, it's okay, is what I would say for now, but it has gotten much better. And as you can tell, if you make a few tweaks to it, like I have with a bit of reshade and all that stuff, it does get much better to look at. It really does. Okay, what's going on here? We're supposed to make a turn. Oh, okay, I see the point. We need to fly directly towards King whatever. So let's fly directly to that. Instead of going there, let's execute that. There we go. There we go. That'll take us directly to... Why aren't we turning? We're not turning. Come on. We're supposed to make a turn right now. Okay, let me just fly using the heading for the time being. Heading mode. Let's fly it into... There we go. No issues. What's the funniest bug you've come across? There are these little squares that happen in the middle of the water. And that's really funny. There we go, Lake Tahoe is coming up ahead of us. There's your favorite belly view there. So yeah, there are little squares in the water when you fly over the ocean, and that's very, very annoying. That's the one thing I don't like. What a beautiful flight. Okay, let's head back into the cockpit for a second here. Because I do not want to... we're alright. Can we switch to nav and have the thing work? No. Let's go back to heading. Let's go back to heading mode here. Because the reason it's not working is because of this. So unless we do this and execute it, and then we switch to nav, then it will work. Yeah, now it will work in taking us directly to Kings there. So we're at 9,000 feet. We need to be around 7,000 feet to be able to capture the LDA signal, that is the localizer signal. So let's go ahead and begin a descent, a rather steep descent. Let's also cut power here slightly there we go. So we can do a rather steep descent actually as we reach into Kings, and we can turn on our approach mode as we come in towards it. Let me also have, let's go back to that. Sky dolly is ready to be started. Very good. Boost pumps, I'll leave them on. Flaps, I could deploy some flaps at this point. So there is Lake Tahoe ahead of us. Lake Tahoe. We got a bit more power. It's a beautiful aircraft, this thing. I wish there was a really well modeled... Okay, there is one, isn't there? There's a black square King Air, but that's not a... That's just a mod though. It's not exactly a standalone aircraft. So I wish there was a standalone study level King Air for Microsoft Flight Sim, because I would love it. I would absolutely love it. Unfortunately, there isn't one. Okay, we're coming up on Kings now. There's some rather small windows. Oh no, they're large windows, it's just they're circular, so... Yeah, okay, that's cool. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, I think I'm definitely low enough at this point. And I'm gonna go ahead. Let me give it a bit more power, what the hell. Let's just zoom in. This would be a lovely shuttle to fly in real life. Just, oh, I forgot to swap our flights here. So let me do that. Swap it on the nav bar there. There we go. Okay, let's look out this side, see what we see. Alright. Very nice. We can go really quickly here if we want to. Let's just cut on the throttle though. The temperature is too high. 7,000 feet. We are headed dead for that. Yeah, we're gonna go into the mountain, aren't we? Let's go towards heading mode and let's start turning ourselves in slightly there. There we go, that's much better. This is a brilliant little aircraft. Does well in tough weather too. I like it. Yeah, it does. But unfortunately, it's not study level. This is just the default aircraft that comes with Microsoft Flight Sim, so it's a bit of a shame. But it is pretty good. Okay, approach localizer. Let's see. Okay, we need to turn this thing around. Before we crash in there, we need to turn it around. There we go. I really can't tell. We're too low.
500.
We're way too low. We need to climb. VS, please. VS, climb. Thank you.
300.
We need to climb. Don't hit the tree. Don't hit the tree. Don't hit the tree. Okay. The tree was it wasn't solid. Okay, now I'm lost. I don't know where I am. I have no idea where I am. Let's bring up little nav map, because I'm a little bit lost at the moment. I think we're doing okay though. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it back on the nav here, put it back to localizer. Approach. Yeah, I'm gonna go to approach there. Let's try and capture the. Okay, we need to climb. We need to climb, otherwise we're gonna crash. Okay, I'm gonna take manual control of this.
500. 400. 300.
Oh God.
200.
No, we're gonna crash. We're gonna crash. Yep, we've crashed. Whew. Okay, that was stupid. That was very stupid. But what's going on here? We have a lot of issues now. I have no idea where we are. I'm thoroughly lost. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. That is entirely my fault. Yep, that is entirely my fault. I know what happened. I mistook this little lake here as Lake Tahoe. So that was my mistake. This is Lake Tahoe. Entirely my mistake. That is such a stupid mistake to make though. Altitude, let's flatten out here. Let's go down towards about 7,000 feet. Okay. I'm gonna put away a little nav map. Let's just see if we can make it in by ourselves, right? That is crazy. I can't believe I mistook the lakes there. But yeah, we're okay. Well, we crashed once, so we're not really okay, but let's see. Trying to fly back to Lake Tahoe, and I think I see it. I think I see it already. We're a little high. Let's go down to... It happens. Yeah, it happens. Sure. That is entirely my mistake, because I was mistaking... I mean, Lake Tahoe is so much bigger. I've flown here so many times. I should know better. But I thought that tiny lake was Lake Tahoe, so it's entirely my mistake there. Entirely my mistake. That is Lake Tahoe, ladies and gentlemen. It's much, much larger. Okay, that is entirely my mistake. Okay, so let's see. There is a runway. We can actually see it right ahead. That's the airport right there. Is he gonna catch this is the question. Let's see. Localizer 1. We bring the altitude down to 7,000 if we need it. Is he gonna catch it? For landing lights on. Nav lights on, recognition on, that's all on, that's fine. Boost pumps are on, that's fine. Okay, let's leave that armed, that's fine. No, let's actually put that off. Okay, RPM maxed out, that's maxed out. It's fine. No, we're not yet maxed out. Okay, everything else is looking good. Why aren't we capturing the localizer? Yeah, this is not working. My aircraft. My aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see, how is the trim? I'll put the trim down a little bit, right here. There we go. I see the runway, I'm gonna land it. For that, let's run sky dolly. So this one didn't work. We were successful in flying to Reno, but flying back to Lake Tahoe, it did not work. Well, largely my mistake, but yeah, it was. If I hadn't done that silly nonsense that I was doing, I think it would have been fine, but you know. Okay, flying in manually. Got perfect conditions to fly, visual, so no issues. There is Lake Tahoe. Yep, there it is. Brilliant. Is it actually working though? Okay. Right. Yeah, the views are pretty good. The views are pretty good. I think our trim is a little too high. Let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. Check sky dolly. Yep, it's working. And that is Lake Tahoe, I believe. And there are trees in the way. Oh yeah, I made a video on this the other time with the Cessna Flight FX Cessna. On that flight, the LD approach worked perfectly, so we know it works. The localizer this side works. Yeah. We had trees in the way at that during that flight, and we have that same problem right here. We've got trees in the way. Okay, so we're gonna have to come in high. Okay, I'm gonna put propeller RPM to max. Oh, that's just the propeller. There you go. Coming into land, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we're coming in high because of the trees, but there is nothing I can do about that. There is a fix for this. There is a fix for getting rid of the trees that are in the way like this in many airports in Microsoft Flight Sim. So there is a fix. Let me see if I can shimmy my way through that gap. Is that possible? Nope, that gap is not wide enough for a King Air. However, let's see what I can do. Coming in much higher than I would like to. But here we go.
400.
Don't crash now.
300.
Come on.
200.
Right.
100.
There we go. We don't need reverse thrust today, so there we go. Gear up. Boost pumps can come off. Landing lights off, taxi light on. Strobe light off. We don't need auto ignition. Go to low idle. Come on, don't slip away from me. There you go. You know what, let me just put it on high idle. Well, thank you very much, TJ. You are very kind. Let's go ahead and find ourselves a parking somewhere. Okay, all these parkings are taken. So let's go this way. Yep, we'll go this way and we'll park our aircraft in any one of these parkings. This aircraft is so slippery. It is very slippery on the ground. Just wants to get away from you. Okie dokie. Where shall I park? We'll turn left here. And we'll make one more left turn and then we'll park it in. Okay, let's just put it in right here. Oh, that's not a good parking, is it? Nonetheless, I'm just gonna leave it right here. It's not a very good parking. It's not a very good parking, but let's go take a look at our landing replay. I'm not gonna shut down the aircraft today. We're just gonna take a look at our landing replay. And we're gonna leave it there for today. So let's have a look. Let's go back. Pause that. Let's go.
Don't 300.
Okay, so we touch down right here. And we wanna be replaying it from right here.
Don't sink. 300. 100. Sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay,
Don't sink.
play.
300. Sink.
Let's take a look at that replay.
200. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't 100. Don't sink.
Okay, that is a very, very smooth touchdown there. That is a very, very smooth touchdown. Brilliant. That was really cool. That was really cool. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I'm now gonna play a couple of landing replays, and then we're gonna call it here today. Alright, we are going to call it here today. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it.
Don't say.
Really hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Say
It was lots of fun for me.
200.
And I want to thank everybody who tuned into the chats today. That is TJ,
Say.
Laser, guitarist. Is that
Say.
a guitarist? Laser, guitarist. EM, thank you very much to all of you guys for tuning in. EM, once again, for tuning into the second live stream. Thank you very much. Glad that all of you were here. And I hope you guys had a little bit of fun. Sorry about the crash earlier on, but had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean?
Don't say.
Had to do what I had to do. Well, we already had this. Well, let's just have this replay. Come on. Okay? So, yeah, I really hope you guys had a good time. I really did. So, yeah, thank you so much once again, TJ. And Laser Guitarist and EM. Okay. I shall catch you guys in the next live stream. I'm just going to leave a few replays for you guys. Apart from that, I will see you soon. Have a good day wherever you are. And take care. Bye-bye.